Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome back to Clario. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a fascinating story that's got football fans on the edge of their seats. Liverpool, one of the biggest clubs in the world, made a massive move to sign Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for a whopping £116. But has this talented German midfielder lived up to the hype? Well, the answer is a resounding no. Despite being an extremely gifted player, Wirtz is struggling to adapt to the Premier League's pace and intensity. He's yet to show why Liverpool paid such a princely sum for him, leaving fans wondering if they've bought themselves an expensive dud. But there's a lesson to be learned here that could save them from making the same mistake Bayern Munich did with Ryan Gravenberch back in the day. You see, Wirtz and Gravenberch are quite similar. Both were prodigious young players who burst onto the scene at 16 or 17, becoming regulars in their senior squads at Ajax and Bayer Leverkusen respectively. And just like Wirtz, Gravenberch was touted as the next big thing, with Bayern Munich hoping to establish him as their central midfield leader for years to come. However, after a year in Munich, Gravenberch didn't quite settle in. He struggled to adapt, and despite his talent, he was eventually sold to Liverpool for £20, a fraction of what Wirtz cost. Now, it's easy to say that Liverpool got off scot-free, but the truth is, they did give Bayern Munich a helping hand. By acquiring Gravenberch at a relatively low price, Bayern Munich were able to take him out of the equation and focus on developing their own young players. It was a clever move, really. But now that Liverpool has paid such a massive sum for Wirtz, they can't afford to make the same mistake. The problem is, Liverpool didn't exactly create a system that accommodates Wirtz's skills before he arrived. And now, with the coaching staff still trying to figure out how to fit him in with his teammates, there are concerns that performances will take another downturn, and Wirtz's confidence will suffer as a result. This could lead to Liverpool being left with no choice but to sell him in much the same way Gravenberch was at Bayern 2 years ago. It's a worrying prospect, really, one that highlights just how important it is for Liverpool to be patient with their new number 7. So, what can we take away from this story? For starters, it's clear that patience is key when dealing with young, talented players like Wirtz and Gravenberch. By giving them the time and space they need to develop, clubs can reap the rewards of having a player who truly lives up to their potential. And for Liverpool fans, there's a sense of déjà vu. Remember when Bayern Munich took a chance on Gravenberch? Well, now it's Liverpool's turn. They must bear all of this in mind and be as patient as possible with Wirtz. After all, they can't afford to let someone else make the same mistake twice. That's all for today's episode of Clario. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of football transfer gossip. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like it.